Hello everybody, my name is Sally with Sally's Paper Crafts, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and today we're going to be making this card. Now this is using two different stamp sets and a Framelits. It's happy birthday, and when you open it up, excuse my pigs, it's got this little piggy hogs and kisses. Okay, isn't that cute? It looks like sort of like a barn door. Okay. I used markers on this, and I am not good at coloring in shading with markers, so we're going to try something different. But let me show you the stamp sets. This is the At Home With You. We're going to be using the framelit to make this door, but we're not going to be using the stamp. We're going to be using this stamp, the little sign right here, and the happy birthday, which is right there, and I'll show you how to kind of mask half of that off. We're also going to be using this little piggy, and we're going to be using this little piggy and this one. Now I have to tell you, when I did my stamps, let me show you this one. Okay, I cut off the sentiment because I wanted to use them separately. Now when you do that, just to let you know that you do void the warranty, but they stamp just fine. You just need to make sure that you cut straight, because I didn't do it right here real well. See that? And when I did, part of this little piggy won't stamp because it's not the same pressure, but very easy to draw in. So just be careful when you cut them. Okay, we're also going to be using the At Home Framelits, okay? And actually we're going to be using this die and this die to make the barn doors, and of course the dies for the little flowers and the lantern and the little door. Okay, now let me put this over here. Okay, well, you're going to need a piece of Whisper White. Let me get this out of the way. This is very vanilla, I'm sorry, to stamp the door, the planner and stuff on. We're going to be using Whisper White cardstock. This is from the new Designer Series paper. Comes from the Wood Word Suite, and it's got wood background. Isn't that gorgeous? We're also going to be using a piece of watercolor. You see I kind of stamped this ahead of time. This needs to dry for your watercolor on it. And we're going to be using a piece of Espresso cardstock for the barn doors and a kind of a background. Okay, now I did die cut some of this beforehand, and I'm going to show you what you need to do just to save some time. Now, this side, this right here, you see how these open up separately? Okay, on the back of this die, you have three sides that's got the die. This side is smooth, so what you want to do is your first pass, you line this up, and I kind of lined it up. Let me turn it this way. This is the bottom. I kind of lined the bottom of the edge of this up to the bottom edge of that. Ran it through the Big Shot. Now, then I turned it over, so the die cutting edge is going to be on this side. And what I did is I took this and I just, where this was solid paper, I just took it and bumped it up against that, just like that, okay? And this kind of overlaps a little bit, and ran it through the Big Shot again. That gives me the score line on both sides. Now, I will tell you, it is kind of difficult to get them lined up, but that way you've got them opened on both sides. So let me go ahead, and what I'm going to do before I open those up completely is, if you see this card, it's got the little strings. I'm going to go ahead and stamp those strings. And what we're going to be using is the basic black, okay? So let's get this in here. Let's get those strings in here. And I don't know why that one side always wants to There we go. Okay, let me clean that off real quick. Okay, now we're going to gently fold these back. Okay, just follow your lines, kind of fold them back, try to fold them even, and press down. Okay, now then, next step, we want the outside of the barn door. So what we're going to do, let me put that up before I get ink everywhere, as y'all know I usually do. Okay, now see how that lines up? Now, we're going to take this framelit, okay, and this is the outside of the door, and we're going to cut 2 of these, okay? Now then, and you're going to use the early espresso. See that how that fits right in there? Now, this is going to cut the whole thing out, so but all we need is the outside edge. So we're going to cut this doorway. So what you're going to do is you're going to line this up like this, and then you're going to find the side that doesn't have, you know, the score line side, and you're going to place it down, and you're going to push it all the way over and all the way down, okay? And you can use a magnetic plate, or you can see I used washi here to hold them in place. You're going to cut that out. Now, the other side of the door, see that we got the side right here, cuts this and then the thing. The other side of the door, you're going to place it down just like this one, just like you did before, but you're going to flip this over so it's going to meet. Just think of your middles need to be where the score line is, wherever the middle of your card is. Whatever side you cut first, you cut the opposite. And you're going to cut that, and you're going to push this all the way over and down, okay? And you're going to cut that out just like that. Just make sure you know you follow whatever you do when you line them up. You cut your first one, line it up, figure out the fold needs to be to the inside. So whatever side you're cutting, that fold needs to be the inside, either the right or the left, okay? And what you're going to get is this, okay? Now, we need to frame this up, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take our scissors, and we're just going to cut right even with those doors. Just like that. Okay? And that gives you your frame. Don't waste that. You can use it for something else. Okay? There we go. Just like that. Can y'all see that? Just right even with that door. Okay. Now then, we're going to glue this down. Okay? And what you do is when you get it all together, probably should have bent those first, is when you get it all together, it's going to show up like this. Okay? So let's get some Tombow glue here, and let's glue one side down. I just put just kind of rub it along there and down here. Okay. Now skinny goes on the bottom, okay? And what we're going to do is you just kind of line that up with the door. At the bottom where it's got the skinny part, and at the top. You kind of line your bottom up. Press it down real well. This one's going to want to slide on you a little bit, so just kind of be careful. Okay? Now let's get the other side. Now this may overlap a little bit. We're going to be real careful on doing this. And you can use fast fuse, but like I told you before, I need wiggle room. Okay? Like I said, this may overlap just a little bit. If you don't want to, just butt it up against there. Okay? There we go. Alright, now you can take your doors and fold them back, okay? Alright, now then. Okay, we're gonna didn't get that one down quite far enough. There we go. Alright, we're gonna set that aside for a minute. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your stamps, okay? Now, you can, this is cut just a little bit smaller than this. This is cut right here. This is 4 1/4 by 4 by 5 1/4, and you can go through there and kind of mark out where your lines are if you want to find out where you need to stamp. I just kind of stamped them in the middle, and I used this stamp for that one. And you can see that little line. Like I told you, I didn't cut that real close. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna take a Sharpie, okay, and I'm just gonna draw me a line here, just like that, and you can't hardly tell it, okay? Alright, now, I know this is going to be a long video, and I'm sorry. Let's get this closed back up. I'm trying to get this stamped out. What we're going to do is take our, that's pumpkin pie. This is Calypso Coral, okay? And what we're going to do is we're just going to color him in. And I usually start at the outside. Okay, and you don't have to be perfect or anything. Okay, some areas you want a little bit lighter than others and stuff. Yeah, like at the outside edges, I usually make it a little bit darker. Okay. Through here, and kind of do that one, and we're going to make this a little bit darker through here, and darker through here, and then I just kind of color him in, okay, because we're going to use our aqua painters to kind of smooth this out a little bit. Okay, same thing here. I'm going to put this little ear just a little bit darker. Oops, right there. Never was really good at coloring. Let's move this around. This helps me stay in the lines if I just outline it first. Don't forget the tail. I usually forget the tail. Okay, now then. Let's color him in. Just random circles. That's what I do. If we need to, we can come in, put more color in where we need it. Okay? Now then. We're gonna try this with a blender pen. We may switch over and stuff. There we go. I tried this on regular cardstock and it didn't work as well. So I thought I'd try it on the watercolor paper. And it's working a whole lot better. See the Berlin. There we go. Now, believe it or not, I do oil painting. I have never been able to do watercolors, you know. And I kind of do the oil painting, just kind of play around with it more than anything. But you know what, oil paints, you can go in there and you can add more color and you can blend them because it doesn't dry real fast. So it's much easier to get shading in, or to me, the only downside is it does take a while for it to dry. I mean, you have to set those paintings up for a while, but anyway, there we go. Okay. Like I told you, we're going to go in here and add a little bit more here to underneath here. Let's shade him a little bit more. Okay, maybe his belly underneath here, up here. Let's get him right there. Let's do that a little bit. Okay. Get his cheeks a little bit rosy. Let's do a little bit more through here. Let's get him. Let's get underneath his chin here. Round his belly out. A little bit. Yeah. Okay. Now let's blend that just a little bit. And actually what you could do is kind of okay. Let's take this rose red here and we're gonna do this. Green. Let's get our leaf in here. Okay. We got his snout right here. Let's just put it just a little bit here. Okay. And let's take his rose red and we're gonna color in this snout a little bit. Make it a little bit darker. Of him. Let's put a little flush in his cheeks here. Okay. And let's take. Oh, where's my real red? Is that the real red? That's Melon Mambo. Here's my real red. And let's do his mouth here. Do his little tongue, okay. Now we're gonna very lightly do his little hooves in this brown. Okay. Then we're gonna come across here. And let's put that up here. Let's do some greenery. And I know this is inside the barn, but you know, sometimes you do have a little bit inside the barn. So, now we need to clean off that blender fin here. I always do that. I got scrap paper over here and I use this clean paper. Make sure, you know, roll it around. Okay, let's do this one. And we're going to actually do some other coloring in here. Let's get that up here. So they're not just sitting on it, it's kind of in the background too. You know. Now we're going to take a little bit of this brown and we're just going to, this is early espresso. We're just going to put a little bit right there, and I'm only going to clean this off because I'm going to blend it in. Just real easy. Okay. Now then, I do need to clean that off. Get that. Just kind of stain your tip a little bit. Let's get this rose in here. This little flower. Let's clean that off a little bit. Just rub it around till that comes out clear. See, that's clear now. And let's put that in there. Okay. Now then, if you look at this one, the first one, where'd it go? I put this on just regular cardstock, and I went around in a little bit of yellow. I don't think I'm going to do that with this one. I'm not real happy with this one. Okay, we're going to leave that like that, okay? So what we're going to do, and we also need to stamp our sentiment inside here. Let me get this out here. Okay. This one is going to be, let me get this one off. It's called Hogs and Kisses, okay? And let's get this on here. Now, you know what? I put the stickers on the back of this thing just to see. And this one I like really trimmed down because I was having problems with it sticking when you put stickers on there. And it still is not doing real well. So I quit doing that and I started putting the stickers on my case. Alright, now let's get this one here. Okay. Now, let's get this glued down here. Make sure you got it glued real good. Oops, put too much right there. Let's get it around here. Now this side, you know, you just kind of like smear it around because we want to make sure we get this down real good, okay? Alright. Now then, what you're going to do is place this down. Make sure you got it over it real well. Just like that. Make sure you ain't got any watercolor paper showing around the outside. I told you I cut this just a little bit, like about a 1/16 of an inch smaller. See? So it's, you know, place it in there, okay? And let's get it. Let's move her back. Okay. Let's get this one. And you could even cut this back just a little bit where it meets that thing. Let's move this one back. You know, if I have to, I can go over it with early espresso. Alright. Now, what we do need to do is take a bone folder and just lightly press those. Make sure they stay down good. Okay. Now then, there's the front of your card. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to stamp the other part down. So, you're going to take your scrap, just a scrap piece of paper, and I have loaded, because we're going to die cut these out, and I have loaded these all up on one stamp. Go back to the side, and I'm going to take, now you're going to need, you know, because you're using either markers or you're going to be using, you know, the watercolor pencils, you need the archival ink because it won't react with the water. And so, you know, since I put these, I'm going to die cut these all out, I just stuck them down, okay, just like that. And I needed 2 of these, so what I did is just did that one, okay. And this one I did use markers on, okay, now, and cut them out, and then I die cut them, just like that. Okay, there's that one, where did, oh, I'm missing, oh, there it is, and there's that one, okay. Like I said, I just took them, colored them in first, and then set them on the die and die cut them. I'll use that for another project. Okay, so what we're going to do, these 2 right here, we need to stamp the happy birthday on. So, my happy birthday, I stuck it on my block, trying to make sure it's even. Okay, then I took a piece of This is just post-it notes and pressed one side down. One side. No. It's not a very sticky note. Let me get another one here. Alright. Let's get this one. This one's bigger. Okay. And just masked off half of that stamp. Press it down in there real good so it stays. I even kind of stuck it down like that. Alright, now what you're going to do, you're going to take your black ink again, okay? And we're going to kind of do that one side, okay? To make sure you take that off, okay? So this is going to be happy birthday. So this one's going to go right here. Okay? There we go. That one I kind of shaded in with some darker ink, and I probably shouldn't have done that. Alright, now then we're going to take another piece. And we're going to close off this birthday part. So we just have the happy showing. Okay, stick it down real good, or as good as it's going to stick. And we're going to, oop, that one didn't stick real good at all. Let's try another piece. Block gets wet. Sometimes it, you know, when you clean it, sometimes it does not want to stick. So, tell you what, let's see if we can. Just do it this way. Always another way to skin a cat. There we go. We just mask off that one. Okay. Now let's get this card together. Alright. What we're going to do is we're going to put these up on a little bit of dimensionals. We're going to use the minis. Okay. Alright, let's put one there. Let's put it just so they look like they're standing away from it. Can y'all see that? I'm sorry. Let's get one there. Let's get one on the back of our lantern. And let's get a couple on the back of our flower pot. Now you can use regular dimensionals on this if you want to. I just pull these out, the little mini dimensionals. And, you know, they're littler. And I have to use a pokey tool, or this is actually a tool I used to use for clay when I did clay. So, to me it's much easier, okay? Alright, let's get this one down. This is birthday. Get the backs off of it. And let's put this one down right there. Let's get our happy on. Do y'all get these things everywhere? Oh Lord, they're on my floor, everything else. I go around on my hands and knees and try to pick them up. There we go. Now then, let's get our lantern on here. Okay. And let's see, do we want that there? That's going to interfere. I have to put it over here. Time to get the card on there. Let's see. You want that there? There. No, I think I'm going to stick it over here. Okay, we're going to have to put this right, and then when you do this, make sure that you are putting it to where that door will open. Alright, there we go. Hugs and kisses. Now then, let's get this down on our early espresso. Just get my ink. I told you this is going to be a long video. Sorry about that. Let's get this all covered. Make sure that water paper gets down, stuck real good. Let's get all this stuff out of the way. And let's... Probably should have cut that a little bit smaller. Because I thought that it was going to do that, but it's not. Well, when you cut your paper, you might want to cut it just a little bit smaller so it'll fit, or a little bit bigger or something, so that early espresso will fit a little bit better. But we're going to go for it right now, just like this. And we're going to stick this down. You know what? I'm still going to do that. Let me take this off if I can. Y'all just excuse me just a minute. Let me cut another piece of paper because I want that to show. And I'm so sorry I didn't check that before I did that. Just hang in there. Okay, let's try this. See, yeah, that gives just a tiny bit of a border around there. So, let's get this down. You know, I don't edit this stuff out because, you know, everybody makes mistakes, and this may be, you know, show you what you do need to do. Sometimes you just have to go with it. And see, that looks much better, doesn't it? There we go. Get that pressed down real good. Let's get this to the top here. Let's get this on the card. Make sure we got just a tiny bit showing everywhere. There we go. Let's press this down onto the card. And now you can do the inside of the card. You could, this is on thick whisper white. You can put a piece of black on there. I mean the brown. Matter of fact, you know, I think I may put that on there and then put a piece of whisper white in it. Or a piece of, another piece of vanilla. You know, since I'm wasting this, let's just re-glue this down. I like the double matte look. I just think it looks gorgeous. Okay, I'm gonna put that right like that, and then I'm gonna put a piece, another piece of very vanilla on there, and there we go. There's our card. Happy birthday. Open it up. Hugs and kisses. Now you can put like little handles on here if you take a Sharpie, and can't find my Sharpie now. Does that surprise anybody? Well, anyway, what we can do is we can just take a Sharpie and you can put two little buttons on there. We could even kind of like glitter this up. We could take some Wink of Stella and we can put it over the lamp here. Let's kind of glitter this one up. I like this Wink of Stella. Over the birthday wishes. Okay. Even the flower pot. Let's just give it a little bit of glamour here. Can even do a little bit. Put a little bit on his nose, a little bit on his mouth. Let's do the ears a little bit. Right around his chin. A little bit on his belly. Now this will move that watercolor paper ink around, so be real careful. And you're going to have to, you know, kind of clean him up a little, clean your brush up a little bit when you get through. See? You have to clean that off. There we go. Hugs and kisses. Happy birthday. Card using the at-home with you stamp set, framelits, at-home framelits, and Little Miss Piggy, or This Little Piggy. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, subscribe so you'll be notified of our future videos, and share it with somebody if you enjoyed it. And always leave a comment, please. Let me know how I'm doing. If you like something, if you'd like to see something, if you got any, you know, any suggestions, always up for constructive criticism. There is a special on this month that if you buy, for every $50 you buy, you get, in the month of July, you do get a $5 coupon off for Stampin' Up to be used in August. You also, there is a special going on if you want to join as a demonstrator, even as a hobby demonstrator, to get, you know, a discount on your products. They have got a wonderful essentials kit that's going to be thrown in for free. And it's going to be the grid paper, it's going to be a bone folder, a pair of the scissors, and they are also going to be throwing in the new early release Christmas stamp set. Now it does come with the dies, but you can, you know, get that and then buy your dies, because you get $125 worth of products free for $99. And then all you do is you go in there and pick out whatever you want. But your essentials are there. It's going to be the grid paper, the bone folder, the snips, fast fuse, the something else, and the stamp set. I think there's 5 things. But you know, that's going to be thrown in free. It's called the Essentials Kit. And then you get to, you know, spend your money on things that you really want. Okay? Paper, stamps, cardstock, you know, anything. So if you've got any questions or you'd like to join my team, just leave a comment below. My email's below, my contact. Just email me and we'll get you started. If for everybody that makes a purchase on my online store, we'll be getting a thank you gift this month. And I'm going to be showing how to do this, but here's the thank you gift. Okay, we're going to be doing a little bit different, but this is, it's a notepad, and you can actually reuse it. It's just a mini notepad, okay? You stick it in your purse, you need a note, there it is. And it's made out of, this one is made out of chipboard, and we're going to cover it with some different designer series paper. This one, I just put craft paper on it, and then stamped it and with different from the artistic line, and then decoupaged it and stuff. But we're going to be using a little bit different stamp paper. But this is our thank you gift, and I'll be showing you how to make this too. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day. Come back and join me, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.